Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm going to be going over why you should not buy the RitFit M1 version 2.0 Smith machine. Now, this video is going to be particularly useful for individuals. I was in your position in which I was really wondering what home gym I should buy, and I spent a lot of time researching. So the gym that I went with was the RitFit M1 version 2.0 Smith machine. And so let me go over the things on why it might not be a good fit for you. But if at any time you do decide to pull the trigger on buying the RitFit M1 version 2.0 Smith machine, it would really help me out if you checked out the link down below in the description and use that link to purchase the machine. It'll be at no extra cost to you, but it also helped me and support the channel in making more videos like this. So first things first, I've been using the RitFit M1 version 2.0 Smith machine for about 8 months now, and I use it anywhere between 4 to 5 times per week. So my circuit usually consists of upper body, lower body, then break, upper body, lower body, and then I take a break on the weekends. Now, the RitFit M1 version 2.0 Smith machine, it's a beginner rack. And so with it being a beginner rack, it's got a beginner-friendly budget. And with that beginner-friendly budget, it's got cheaper components. So take, for example, we have the Smith machine bar, which it doesn't feel the greatest. It honestly just feels like you're holding metal, even though it's got this knurling pattern here. It feels like you're holding metal. In addition to that, it just feels a bit on the cheaper side. But again, it's a beginner-friendly rack. In addition to that, you've got the nylon pulleys. Those can be seen as cheap. Maybe sometimes people want more expensive or high quality pulleys. And you've also got the different handle components. So if you take a look at here, we have the lat pull down bar, which just feels like you're holding metal. You've got this one here. I must admit that these handles that it comes with, it actually feels nice. You also have the barbell grips or the barbell plate attachment holders, which those do feel cheap as well. So with the budget friendly rack, don't expect the best, okay? Even a lot of complaints that people have is that during shipping, it might be damaged. So for me, for example, this part here was already damaged when it came shipping, but it's not really RitFit's fault. I mean, I guess it's their fault when it comes to packing the material. It might get damaged during the shipping process, but I know that commercial grade gyms, if you buy them for your home, they come in like really padded crates so that every single piece of equipment is untouched and it's like in perfect condition. But that's basically the trade-off though. But I must admit that for a beginner-friendly rack, it's gotta be beginner-friendly budget. And so there's gotta be some trade-offs. But when I think about it, it's more like, despite the cheaper components, I'm still able to get a good workout in. I can still do lat pull downs, I can still do seated rows, I can do chest presses, squats, lunges, etc. But moving on from the cheaper components, which might disinterest some individuals, I do want to mention, of course, the obvious is that the RitFit M1 version 2.0 Smith machine, it's an all-in-one machine. And so because it's a jack of all trades, it's a master of none. So for example, you have the pull-up bar right there, which you're just gripping onto straight metal. It's not the best pull-up bar. And it's not the best, especially if you're a lot taller. In my case, I just bend my knees in order to do pull-ups. In addition to that, you've got the seated row attachment, which feels weird, like you're just pressing against a metal bar down here in order to stop yourself. You've also got the plate holder attachments, again, which feel clunky. But even so, you're able to do all these different workouts. Okay, so because I'm in a 2-car garage, one of my main goals was to make sure that I can get a diverse set of workouts just so that working out can be more enjoyable, just so that it can be more fun, and I wasn't just stuck to doing dumbbells and bench exercises. But with the RitFit M1 version 2.0 Smith machine, you really are able to do such a wide array of exercises where it makes working out a lot more enjoyable. And to have it confined in this space right here, so this space here occupies about 6 by 9 feet, I believe. It's a great place for your basement, for your garage, or any spare bedroom that you have. But I'd say that, don't expect it to be like the best Smith machine bar or the best pull-up bar or the best pulley system that you've ever tried out. It's not going to be at that. But at the same time, it's functional, and functional still works in my opinion. Now, the next thing to know is that the RitFit M1 version 2.0 Smith machine might not be for you if you don't really like plate-loaded weights. So what that means is that in order to actually stack weight on this pulley mechanism that you see here, you have to add plates, right? Well, as you see right over there. But what I found to be a bit problematic is that, let's say I'm doing a lat pull down for this weight here, and I have 2 45s, 2 35s, a 25, and a 10 and 5, okay? Next week, when I do lat pull downs again, if I'm not tracking my workouts, I might do less weight. I might have 2 45s, 2 35s. I might forget the 25 and then have a 10 and a 5. So if you're keeping along with me in the sense that tracking your weights is very important, but when it comes to plate-loaded machines, sometimes you forget how much weight you did the prior week. So you're not really progressing when it comes to overloading your muscles. And so that could be a problematic when you're trying to get stronger. Let's say that this week I actually do less weight compared to the previous week. Yes, that is going to probably be a problem. Compared to weight stacks where you just place the peg inside the weight stack, you can honestly remember like, okay, last week I remember doing 120 pounds just because it's one plate that you got to remember. And then this week I'm going to do 130 pounds on the plate stack. That's a really big difference I noticed when it came to working out at my home gym compared to working out commercial gyms where I usually remember how much weight I did without actually having to physically track it. But as long as you keep track of the weights that you actually put on when it comes to pushing the weight, you should be fine though, okay? So I have a whiteboard behind me where that's where I use to actually go ahead and track my weights. But moving on to the next thing, you shouldn't buy the RitFit M1 version 2.0 Smith machine thinking that it's the only thing you need to buy. So what I mean by that is I have all these additional components to kind of get my diverse workouts in. So I have the seated leg attachment. I have the closed grip handle. I have a tricep pull down. I have Olympic rings. You have, of course, the plates. I have extra barbell attachments as well. I have dumbbells. So all these items I'm talking about will be linked down below in the description in case you want to go ahead and check them out. But don't expect that just because you're getting the RitFit M1 version 2.0 Smith machine and you feel like their bench is flimsy. I don't have their bench, by the way. I actually bought another bench. But let's say, for example, like one of their parts is flimsy and you end up buying another one. It's very common for a home gym owner to buy additional components to their home gym, okay? It's almost like a hobby, some people call it. So yeah, just expect to buy other components to kind of meet the needs of what you want when it comes to your RitFit M1 machine. Now, the last thing I want to point out is that I personally agree with RitFit when it comes to saying that I think this is a good rack for beginners to intermediate lifters. If you're a power lifter, if you're someone who's dropping like atomic bomb weight, let's say like 1,000 pounds onto this rack, I probably wouldn't buy this rack, okay? You should probably upgrade into a higher ender rack. But for someone who's just working out, wanting to save time from the gym, for someone who wants to, just get a nice, decent workout and isn't dropping a ton of weight, this can honestly do the trick, okay? So to give you an idea, the most I'll do on each side is like 345 pounds on each side, and that's it. It says that you can do more, but if you don't plan on pushing more weight than that, that's what I've been used to, where it's just like a 45 pound on each side, all the way up to like 3 plates on each side. You should be perfectly fine, okay? I'd feel comfortable pushing that amount of weight on this rack that you see right over here. But yeah, it's really good for beginners and intermediate lifters. Don't expect to feel the greatest thing if you're used to commercial gyms or you have your current home gym and you're looking to upgrade. I'd say that the RitFit M1 machine is a great first home gym. It isn't really something that you upgrade to beside it actually being like your first home gym. And it really is a great choice. Like I plan on having this for like 5 plus, 10 plus years if it lasts that long. But right now we're going in month 8 and I can honestly say that I'm very happy with it. So with that being said, guys, that right there is why you should not buy the RitFit M1 machine. But if you can look past all the drawbacks or negativity that I talked about regarding the machine, I do invite you, please feel free to check out the link down below in the description and purchase this machine at no extra cost to you, while I receive a commission just to help me support the channel. But again, I know how nerve-wracking the decision can be when it comes to buying your first home gym. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.